You know what I'm
But
saying?
that's why at 17 years old, you shouldn't be fucking no grown ass man. Stay in your lane.
Guy? Why is this guy not in jail?
They didn't say, she did not out the age or the name of the person. She just said he's very well older than her. So to me, I must say very well
30.
over. No, 17 and 30. That's jail time.
I mean, 21 and 17 is jail time.
It's jail time, but
18
honestly,
and 17
I'm not gonna
is
lie.
jail time.
If my kid is 17 and she comes home and her boyfriend is 20, I'm not about to look at that weird.
I am.
You really?
Yeah, because
really,
I was a 20-year-old man. I was a 20-year-old man before. You only look
yeah,
at
and men are about 3 years
That's
mentally behind.
True.
Yeah, it is.
That's
I ain't seen a nigga to show me different.
I'm saying you seen it from your perspective, not from the perspective of a nigga. You think, being childish and being immature is not the same as being manipulative. A 20-year-old can manipulate a 17-year-old. That's real. Like a 21-year-old can manipulate the hell out of a 17-year-old.
Okay, and a 30-year-old could manipulate a 25-year-old.
I'm saying that, but it's 25, not 17.
Yeah, but I just feel as though...
If my daughter's 18 years old and she's dating a 20-year-old man...
I was 17 with a 20-year-old boyfriend. I don't see
If my daughter is in high school and you're dating a 21-year-old, I'm looking at that nigga crazy. I'm looking at you like, what are you doing?
But you're not always 17 in high school. I graduated high school and I was still 17.
Me too. I'm just saying, if you're 17, not many people...
So that's like when you're... Well, okay, well, I guess... So that's like... What if you're 18 and you're in high school?
If you're 18
and you're
years
dating a 15-year-old,
that's still weird.
How is it weird? They're in the same.
What I'm saying is, you're looking at this from a female perspective. I'm looking at this from a male perspective.
Do y'all find that weird?
Yes, like
you find it weird to date a girl 3 years younger than you.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
You find it weird?
Yeah.
Really?
TeeDaddy, when I was
I don't find it weird at all. I don't find it weird at all. And I feel like y'all are being a little
when I was 18, when I was 18, there were girls that was 16, 15 years old trying to talk to me. And I felt weird. I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, because I'm an 18-year-old boy. My whole world of vagina has opened up.
How you know that? How you know that their whole world of vagina hasn't opened up?
Bro, if your world of vagina has opened up, why would you want someone that young? If you're 18, why would you want a 16-year-old? I'm talking about
how you know their whole world of dick hasn't opened up.
It probably has, but like I said, I'm not saying. I don't like I said,
I don't find that weird at all.
All this is from a female perspective and a male's perspective. I can't speak on a female perspective because I'm not a female. I was never a 17-year-old girl. But I have been a 17-year-old boy.
I'm going to tell you this from a female perspective, 9 times out of 10, you don't want no nigga your age. And I'm going to tell you.
I'm not denying that.
That's just how it is.
That's how it is for females.
You don't want no nigga your age.
I understand that. That is all understood. But for a nigga, for you to be 18 years old and you to date a 16, 17, I can give you a pass. So 7. If my daughter bring home
I don't see anything wrong with that.
If my daughter's 17 years old and her boyfriend's 18 years old, that's cool. I don't mind.
But he can't be 19.
You can be 19 too. He
just can't be 20.
You can't be. It's just something. If you're in, put it like this. I put it like this. When you're 17, 18-year-old boy, most of the time your friends either going to college or they, you know what I'm saying, they're getting up. If you're
if you're 17,
let me finish. If you're 18 years old, 19, if you're 19 years old, 20 years old, and you're in college or you're of age, then you're doing. Why are you dating anybody in high school? That's just how I feel. Like, you shouldn't, if you're not in high school. But what if
they're not in high school? We're not talking about their placement in grade. We're talking about their age.
Man, let's call a spade, bro. If you're 18, 19 years old, you're dating a 16, 17-year-old girl, you're fucking weird. To a female, that's not weird. Okay, I understand that's not weird to y'all.
I don't think that's weird.
But that's weird. It's weird if you're most men.
But it's not weird if you're 31 and you're talking to a girl that's 22, or you're 36 and you're fucking a girl that's 22. That's not weird.
It's a difference between 22 years old and 17 years old, bro. It's a big difference. But
there's not a difference between 36 years old and 22-year-old?
There's a difference between...
Or there's not a difference between a 30-year-old and a 22-year-old?
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm talking about the age bracket of what we're going by.
No, I feel like you're...
So you saying
okay,
an adult...
I can't say anything. I can't say anything. As soon as I start talking, you cut me off.
No, you said...
Yeah, like
so you saying
if you're 36
an adult is an adult and a minor is a minor. You making it grade black and white like that.
That's how it, bro. Most niggas who date girl, if you're 20 years old and you're dating a 17-year-old girl, most of the time it's because you can't date a 20-year-old girl. Most of the time because you're missing something that you can't get for a girl your age or older. When I was 18 years old, I no longer had sex with girls under 18. When I was 18 years old, all the girls I was getting was older than me or my age. It's no reason, and most of the niggas who dated, who continued to date high school girls became weirdos. You know what I'm saying? They became the guy that was 22, 23, dating an 18-year-old girl, 17-year-old girl. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it's weird. A lot of niggas be weird.
There should be a 3-year, I think the most you can go is 3 years for someone older than you.
I've never seen a girl who dated a 20-something-year-old boy when she was 17 years old that didn't end that relationship feeling, when that relationship ended, they didn't feel manipulated.
You could end a relationship feeling manipulated dating a fucking 17-year-old.
Who?
What are you talking about?
What for? I could understand
Two
you
17-year-olds being in a relationship.
I can understand
I was
that.
14 years old
I
dating a
expect that.
15-year-old and left the relationship feeling
I
manipulated.
expect a 17-year-old girl to go through it with a 17, 18-year-old boy. I do not expect a 17-year-old to be going through it with a 20-year-old. Because why are you in that environment? Where are you at to be around this girl? Because when I was 20 years old, I wasn't around high school girls. I was in college girls. I was going to college parties.
Maybe you 17 in college.
Bro, maybe you are. Maybe you are, but
maybe you
I
are. So they're in the same environment.
I haven't met many 17-year-olds that were in college. You
didn't even go to college, so you don't even know.
I grew up around a lot of college people. I don't have to go to college to go to a college party.
So I mean, you saying you never experienced. I mean, 17-year-olds. If you wasn't in an environment,
we're not
going to
sit up here and start, you know what I'm saying, defending premature pedophiles, okay?
No,
that's what it is.
You are dragging it,
bro.
Somebody get a scooter,
first of all,
bike, whatever you drag. Let me get the lawnmower because you are dragging it.
If this girl is 17,
pedophile.
If this girl is 17 years old, you're 20 years old. That's against the law in Virginia. You can get 20 years for that.
All right, Steph.
That's weird. You don't think that's weird?
I think you're being like you're trying to be like a by the book Becky and not a realistic
It's a
Ricky.
weirdo.
That's what I'm thinking.
So actually, all the guys in here.
You're being a by the book Becky and not a realistic
all the
Ricky.
guys,
That's what
we got 3 guys in here.
Because a premature pedophile?
We got 3 guys in here. When you were 20 years old, were you fucking a 17-year-old? Were you even around 17-year-olds that want family or
if y'all was in college? And if y'all are in college and it's a girl on campus that's 17 years old and before, let's say you didn't even know she was 17 at first. You find her out, you like her a little bit. Y'all in the same environment. Y'all in college together.
How many 17-year-old college kids you know?
A couple.
How many?
People smart.
How many you know?
You know you could. I know a lot. When I went to college,
what college you went to?
I went to Norfolk State.
If it was 17-year-olds, they're dating 20, 21 and up. 20-year-olds.
When you go to college, there's a big age range in that environment.
Any nigga that chooses to date a girl that young, 17-year-old,
pedophile.
You are weird. I'm sorry. Like,
okay.
And I feel like most niggas who don't touch kids, most niggas who haven't had sex with a minor will agree with that. Like most niggas who haven't had sex, like I can understand if you're 17 and your boyfriend's 8 or maybe even 19, I can deal with that.
But you just can't
because the birthdays are different. Because you're 17, you're probably turned 18 before he turned 20, or you're probably, you know what I'm saying? I understand that. I can get that. I can get that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. But 20 dating 17, it's
a PP.
It's kind of weird. You're weird, bro. What are you doing?
It's a PPP loan.
What are you doing? Like, it's all this, bro. When I was 20 years old, but
you don't find it weird to be 31 years old and dating someone 5 years younger than you. You don't find that weird.
If I'm 30 years old and I'm dating a 25-year-old, how is that weird?
It's still an age range.
We're talking about you're considered a grown man dating a child at 17 and 20. Like 17 and 20 is like, where are you at? Like, what are you doing? Where's your mind at? Where's your mind at?
I feel like
when I was 20 years old, when I was 21 years old, I was having sex with 31-year-old women. I was having sex with women that are 30-something years old.
And were they not pedophiles?
Most of the time, I was blowing their back out. They didn't want a relationship with me.
Were they pedophiles?
They didn't want a relationship with me. Like, that's the difference. These niggas be having full-blown relationships with these 17-year-old girls. Is that not weird? Is that not weird that
I'm checked out of this conversation.
That your maturity level is that.
He can fuck an old bitch 11 years older than him And it's all good because
When
she
I
was
was
blowing
20
her back out.
When I was 20-something years old, yeah. But when I was 17, I wasn't fucking 30-year-olds. I wasn't doing that when I was 17.
All right.
When I was 18 years old, I had a girlfriend when I was 18 years old, and she was 17, turning 18.
Ooh, PP.
I mean, if I was 20, you can call me that, but I
But you
wasn't.
were 18. She was a minor.
Bro,
She was a minor.
by Virginia
She
law,
was a
doesn't
minor.
matter.
She was a minor.
What point are you trying to make?
What point are you trying to make?
The law says that if I'm 18 and she's 17, it's not about how old you are. It's about how what the age gap is. So if I was 18 and she was 16, I would be against the law. But the fact that she turns 18 before I turn 19 is not
okay.
that. It's not that. That's like.
And you're
but
not
also,
a PP.
I know I'm not.
I'm asking.
I haven't. I've never dated a girl or fucked a girl under the age of 18 years old.
But those who have are.
If you're 20-something, if you're 20 years old and you have sex with a girl under 18,
I dated a lot of PPs. I'm gonna check on them.
You
and
probably
see how
have.
they doing.
Them niggas are
I'm gonna see if that's if they're pedophiles.
And I promise
Sorry,
you,
guys, I
promise you, you're not the only young one they was fucking or fucking with, or after you weren't the only one they kept dating. Most of them niggas, they continue to date younger girls. They continue to date those 17, 18-year-old girls. So when your relationship over with him, the next girl is going to be what you used to be, 17, 18. That's how this type of stuff happens. You got guys that I went to high school with that continue to date these like, they had one girlfriend after high school. You know what I'm saying? That girl might have been 17, close to it. Then he started dating her friend, who was the same age. But then her little sister, or then her little cousin. Next thing you know,
that's something different. Ain't nobody say all that.
Most of the time,
that's something different.
Most
That ain't no fucking
one.
most of the time.
Most time it's never just
that's
one.
That's different. You lawnmower.
All the niggas in here would have
you
y'all
already
dated?
Asked them. You already asked them.
Look, put the camera on my boy. Have y'all dated any girls under the age of 18 since you've been 18 years old? It doesn't happen. It's weird. It's weird,
I don't
bro.
think that's weird.
I
don't
get
think
it, though,
it's weird.
but
No,
see,
you don't get it.
I get it from a female
perspective. Because you called them pedophiles, so you don't get it.
I'm a man. But from a female perspective, I can understand how wanting an older man, boom, boom, bam. I understand that from a female's perspective. But I'm speaking from a man's perspective.
We just going to have to agree to disagree on that.
I mean, I agree with you. I agree that a girl wants an older guy, and she dates an older guy because most of the time women are more mature at a younger age. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But Jesus Christ.
I said that.
That's what I said. I just said I agree. Are you listening to me? I just said I agree with that.
You agree with me, but you're arguing with me. So you don't really seem like
I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you're arguing with me because I said niggas who choose to date. Just because a girl wants you and she's 17 years old doesn't mean you have to do that. If I've said no to plenty of 17-year-old girls, even into my adult years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've said no to plenty of 17-year-old girls. Like, oh, I don't like them younger boys. They're just not mature enough for me. I like dating older guys. We're not dating this older guy. It's just not happening, shorty. Sorry. Next. You know what I'm saying? Next. But I had something else I want to say before we